Something's coming. Something hungry for blood. What is it? The Demogorgon!
Hello, you've caught me watching that Stranger Things on Netflix. Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? It takes me right back to my childhood and makes me think of E.T. and my BMX and walkie-talkies, blah, blah, blah. But what really struck me was, well, pure unadulterated terror, actually. No spoilers if you're yet to see the show, except to say that Demogorgon is just pure nightmare fuel, and so naturally that got me thinking about video game monsters, in particular the ones that linger in the back of your mind long after you've put the controller down, haunting your subconscious, making you afraid of that horrible moment when you wake up at 3 AM to go for a wee, but can't because you know they're definitely in your bathroom. Here are 7 terrifying video game monsters that will haunt our nightmares forever. Thanks for that. We'll start with the cuddly Friday feature veteran from Alien Isolation, a game we've talked loads about for its cinematic authenticity, its head tracking and noise detection technology, and if I ever do a list about video game corridors, then it's totally getting top spot. But even shorn of its movie-level gloss and tricks of immersion, the titular monster that hunts you through the Sevastopol is still arguably the most terrifying video game adversary ever. There's the basic stuff: it's big, it's slimy, it has about 27 mouths stacked inside of each other, all of which want to eat your face. But it's the alien's unpredictability and sense of intelligence that really get under your skin. When it first appeared, I immediately hunkered down behind cover to learn its patrol route like a man who's played too much of a certain game. And also like an idiot. The alien doesn't have a patrol route, it doesn't give a damn, it goes where it wants and kills whatever's there. Usually a terrified, me-controlled Amanda Ripley peeking out from behind a wall with a motion controller she's too scared to use. So you adapt, you learn to keep mobile, making use of hiding spots as and when you find them, regularly checking the terrifying blip on your motion scanner, realising that if you hide inside the vents, the alien can't get you. Yes, nailed it. These vents are like little safe spots, small havens of calm where you can pause, collect your thoughts, gather your nerve, and then... It can go in the vents too, apparently. Next up, we've got monsters from a game you wouldn't necessarily think of as scary, but do you actually remember The Last of Us? There's the nice bit with the giraffes and the morally questionable bit at the end, and the excellent story and the brilliant voice acting, yes. But occasionally it has sections full of clickers, the star of this entry, that are essentially self-contained slices of survival horror. The clickers are terrifying because they force you to deal with them in a way you're not used to in games. You see, they're blind but have an acute sense of hearing. This makes for incredibly tense encounters where you'll skulk about super quietly, sometimes inches away from the horrible things, never quite sure whether or not they know you're there. And their movement is erratic. Getting past them is like trying to shoo an unruly wasp out your lounge window. No matter how carefully you unpick the latch, they always end up flying right at your face, zigzagging through the air, stings ready to go. Except if a clicker metaphorically flies into your face, it will unmetaphorically kill you in one go. Those poisonous mushroom teeth. Ugh. One chomp to the neck and that's that. Terrifying. Entry number 3 is from Resident Evil 3, a series that could have had multiple entries on this list, what with the Lickers from 2, the Regenerators from 4, and Leon's Fringe from 6, but Nemesis takes the prize for being big, terrifying, and bursting out at you when you least suspect it. Your first thought when Nemesis appears is always run, which is never a good tactic in Resident Evil. It's the controls and the classic survival horror fixed camera that do it. They're so perfect for inducing juddering fits of "oh my god, what button is it to run again" panic, that you end up flitting from screen to screen, never quite sure in what direction you're going, all while a massive flaking skin monster grabs you by the neck and mutters, "stars." Oof, that word, that's the worst bit. Every time I hear it now, I just... Oh. He's like a zombie Terminator, he just doesn't stop. Even when he's definitely dead, he's not dead. Damn you, Nemesis. Next up, we've got an entry that's quite personal to me, as I really don't like spiders. Yeah, go on and laugh, but for any fellow arachnophobes out there, you have to admit this bloody thing in Limbo is just the worst. And when I say the worst, I mean it's a really, really, really good spider. I mean, they've nailed the consciously evil manner in which all spiders deliberately move, the way its legs carry the demonic core that is its body, reaching, scuttling, having too many knees. And like all good video game nightmare fuel, it just keeps on coming back for more. Even when you do finally kill it by chopping all its legs off and rolling the body to its doom, I still couldn't shake the feeling I hadn't seen the last of it. I mean, I remember at university when a massive spider came into my dormitory and I bashed it really hard with a textbook only to see it skitter away unharmed behind my toiletries. I literally slept on a duvet in the kitchen that night. Spiders don't care about little inconveniences like death, they just walk it off. Then they hide and reappear at the precise moment you've forgotten about them. I hate spiders. Have you noticed a common theme among the entries so far? None of them have proper faces. They're either disfigured, alien, non-existent, buried behind mushrooms, or, as is the case with entry number 5, a pyramid. Yes, it's Pyramid Head, an obvious choice and a monster I've talked about many times before, but come on, I can't not include him in this list. He epitomises nightmare fuel. For one thing, he's not even real technically, being a manifestation of James from Silent Hill 2's guilty subconscious, and so killing him is out of the question. That's the terrifying thing. Pyramid Head represents your mind at its worst. I mean, we've all had those thoughts, haven't we, where we've sort of shocked ourselves into how evil our brains can actually be, haven't we? Haven't we? And there's no escaping your mind. It's always there, isn't it? Telling you to kill, isn't it? Yes. Well, Chris Walker's mind is. He's the big guy with no lips from Outlast, and he's our entry number 6. This guy is Outlast in human-ish form, an oppressive, violent lunatic who keeps on hunting you and cheating by looking in the wardrobe in which you're hiding. No, Walker, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's against video game rules. Trying to avoid Walker is so stressful because he's deceptively quick as well. I mean, look at him. You'd think he'd be a right old lumberer, but when he spots you, he moves like an Olympic sprinter, and he really likes hitting things, especially if those things are you. What cements Walker's place on this list is that you feel as though he can find you no matter where you hide. There are no safe places. There's nothing you can do to defend yourself either. He's like the Mountain from Game of Thrones, but even more evil, and the telltale sound of those clinking chains as he walks. Ugh, my dreams will forever be haunted. Right, final entry, and this one is so awful I'm unable to actually talk about it, so I'm just going to demonstrate how terrifying it is. With my face. Okay, this is how terrifying the Slender Man is. Did you ever play Slender? No, you lucky things. Anyway, the first level, the nice, easy one, has you looking for scraps of paper in a dark, nasty wood. Pretty simple, except for the fact that Slender Man is looking for you, and he's getting closer and closer. And those spindly water towers look like they could be his legs, and the more notes you find, the louder the drum beats become, the more the camera distorts. He could be anywhere, at any time, and then... 5 scared Robs out of 5 for Slender Man, our final entry on the list of 7 terrifying video game monsters that will haunt our nightmares forever. Can you think of any others? Let us know in the comments. Give this video a like, otherwise you'll wake up in the middle of the night with Chris Walker standing at the end of your bed. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and join us again next week for another Friday feature. Thanks for watching.